Okay, I'm breaking the last rule almost immediately here. You may need some folders to exercise mail rules, and maybe a follow up folder too. I'll get to that in a sec. So, most email providers allow you to set up mail rules to automate certain emails going to designated folders if you're not already aware of that. It can save you a lot of time from moving things manually. And certainly improve your workflow. For example, I get a whole bunch of journal articles from different journals for my research. They're from Nature, Science, a whole bunch of philosophy and sociology articles. Once they arrive in my email the first time, I right click on them, and then there's a add mail rule, I think it is, option, and I just tell it to go to my journals folder. So I never see those emails in my inbox. I probably get 20 a week. Some of them hold no value, but I don't know whether they hold value till I've gone through them. Some are very valuable, but that doesn't need to affect my day-to-day workflow. I check those on my study day. So that's a great little hack. But I do need a folder called journals or journal articles or whatever I call it, because I don't want to see them in my inbox. I want them just to go straight into that folder. The other folder I have is 5 exclamation marks, action in capital letters, 5 exclamation marks. It sits right at the top of all my folders. And when I go to my inbox, I only want to read something in the inbox once generally, unless it's super urgent. I'm coming straight back, sort of 2-minute rule stuff to process it. So some emails, like my discount email, or school newsletters that are not urgent, but I do want to read before archiving them. Work newsletters, all sorts of things. I don't want them to come into my inbox. They're never urgent. If you get an email that you think, I do want to read this, but it's not urgent, it can just go straight into an action folder, or whatever you want to call it. Essentially, I don't want to call it a second inbox, although it is in a sense. It's really one step removed from inbox. I've identified that I have some commitment to it, but I don't want it in the inbox because I want to see what's coming in, what is arriving in my inbox should be. That's kind of why it's called an inbox, I think. So I want to be able to quickly see something, process it. So sometimes, if I've got the time, I'll just read 2-minute rule, delete, or I'll go through and triage and go, okay, I'll put this in the action folder. This doesn't need my attention urgently. Process my inbox to 0, so it's literally almost always empty once I've gone through and checked it. Then once it's finished, then I can go to my action folder and process that. Confession, I haven't got to the point of getting rid of all my folders and archiving it, but teaching this session it's challenged me to do it, so I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see how that experience goes. It's old habits die hard for this old man anyway. So yeah, the only absolute is there's no absolutes, I suppose. I guess we can try these things and figure them out, and if it's all a disaster and I think, oh no, this isn't working, then these things can be undone. I'll have to trawl through my archive folder and put things back. But my sense is, and I do know someone who's does just the archive thing personally, and says it works fine, so it might be time to bite the bullet and give it a go. I hope that's helpful. Email's a big part of our lives, so anything that helps. Sorry, I heard a ding and thought that video stopped. Anything that helps, I think, is potentially high value, because just of the frequency at which we're in our inboxes. All the best.